madams. Hello, my lovely students. A very warm welcome to all of you. This is your AG ma'am, your Anubha ma'am, in front of you with a very important series called as VIP series. What is VIP series? Very important question series, very important topic discussion series where we'll discuss every chapter's most important topics and most important questions that can definitely come into your exams. So there is one video that's already out that I've taken live. This is session number 2. Is matter around us pure? Because that's the very first chapter that's going to be in this year because of go Corona go type situation. Yeah, students, please see the series and follow it properly. Do not forget to share, subscribe to the channel, and definitely share to so many friends that they can also know and revise that how this series can help to boost their score to definitely 15-20% for sure. Yeah, students. So are you all ready to have this session with your Anubha ma'am? What are we going to discuss, by the way? Concentration and solubility are two very important topic that's there in this chapter, and apart from that, generally numerical type questions come. So I'll discuss the topic as well as the kind of questions in this class. So are you all ready? Yeah, high five, and let's hit a target of at least achieving 350 likes. When the session will be end, I'll definitely check that whether my students have this power of reaching a minimum target. Yeah, I do believe you guys. So this is the question number 1 right now in front of you. The amount of solute present per unit volume or per unit mass of the solution per solvent is known as. Means if you're having amount of solute and you're having at the bottom amount of solvent or amount of solution, you generally can figure it out something from the same. What really this type of a question mean? So students, when you have to define concentration of a solution, what exactly concentration of solution? It's simply that when you prepare a solution, you take a solute, you take a solvent, and you just mix it together. I'm taking a very simple case, though there can be more than one solute, there can be more than one solvent. Yeah, I'm taking a very simple kind of a case, binary solution. We are taking one solute, one solvent. Binary means in total 2. Okay, so whatever is the amount of solute that you have taken and whatever the solvent you are having, in total when you mix solute and solvent, whatever is the total solution that you are getting, that's what 3 things that you should know. What is a solution? Solution is something that you'll achieve when you mix a solute plus solvent, right? So my concentration of a solution will be what's the total amount of solute I have added to prepare a particular amount of solution. Got it? So that's what the question is asking, the very simple concept that you should know. And we generally observed into 3 form: mass upon mass, mass upon volume, and the third is volume upon volume. What exactly this is? When you take the amount of solute and the amount of solution into mass, means gram you are considering. This much gram of solute overall into this much gram of solution. And again, this much gram of solute into overall this much ml of solution. Volume by volume, this much ml of solute into this much ml of solution. And as you are getting the concentration, you generally figure it out into percentage. So you multiply it by 100 as well. 100%. 100 will give you the percentage of solute that you are having. The percentage of solute that you are having into a particular solution. So you got these 3 terms, which is very easy. So I'll ask this MCQ, very short type of a question, that what answer it will be. I am erasing this part. So these are the 4 options: composition of solute, concentration of solvent, concentration of solute, or concentration of a solution. And I've explained it very well. The term used is concentration, but concentration of the overall solution that I am getting to know. So answer will be nothing but D. Do you agree with me? Do let me know in the comment section. D will be the right answer. Take a notebook and a pen. So this is more of like a revision session also for you. So please revise it and write down the most important part, solve the questions along with me, and type your answer in the comment section at the same time. Yes, everyone, let's move ahead with the next question, because this is right. You got it, you got it. Identify solute and solvent in tincture of iodine. This is again a very important thing that you should know. Tincture of iodine is that antiseptic that doctors apply on your wounds, right? That iodine is having a purplish color, and tincture of iodine will be, you take iodine and you put it into alcohol. That's what tincture of iodine, antiseptic property it will carry. So how to prepare it? We'll take iodine and put it into alcohol. So what exactly is solute here? That is my iodine, and alcohol is the solvent. What is solvent? That helps to dissolve your given solute. So this is what tincture of iodine is. You got it? Very easy question. That question can come in 1 mark. So many students told me from the past 2-3 years, whenever I asked them that, yeah ma'am, this question came into exam. So all the answers are also written. You will get the PDF in the comment, in the description box. After 3 to 4 hours of the video, as when I'll pass it, they'll upload it. So you can download it later. Yeah, everyone. Let's have the next question. How can you change a saturated solution to an unsaturated solution without adding any more solvent to it? So they have mentioned it. What exactly is saturated and unsaturated? That can apply to any of the person as well. Saturated. Oh God, I'm saturated. I got so many information from the past 1 hour. 1 hour I was studying, and now I can't get any more information added to my brain. You reach to a saturation, right? Saturation is what, where nothing can be added. So saturated solution is that kind of a solution in which no more amount of solute can be added. That kind of a solution that's having the maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in a particular amount of solvent. But please do mention at that temperature, because this is what a solubility is, that how much amount of solute can be dissolved in a solvent. And solubility depends on temperature, because when you cool down or when you heat a solution, solubility can be changed. The amount of solute that can be added, that can also be changed. Okay, so you have to mention the temperature. Solubility in general is directly proportional to temperature. In general means I'm talking about solid and liquid case. You have taken a salt, you have taken a sugar, and you put it into water. Solid in liquid type of a mixture I'm considering and I'm telling. So this solubility is what? Directly proportional to my temperature. Means if temperature will increase, solubility will increase. Temperature will decrease, solubility will decrease. That's what the answer is that you need to explain. So how can you take a saturated solution and can convert to unsaturated? Unsaturated, like your mind may be right now, yeah, I'm pretty much unsaturated, I can take more and more information. Unsaturated solution is that kind of a solution in which more amount of solute can be added at that temperature. So how to do that? I can't add any solvent, as if like I have 50 ml of solvent and I just had 5 ml of sugar into it. I can add more. That's unsaturated. What if I have added suppose 25 gram and that became saturated? I can't put water into the same to make it unsaturated. What else I can do? I can use this phenomena. In what sense? If you heat that saturated solution, when you heat that, solubility of the solute will increase. Means that was saturated suppose at a particular temperature, room temperature. When you heat it, solubility will increase. Means now you will be able to add more amount of solute into the same. Okay, so after heating, solubility can increase because particles will take the heat energy and starts moving here and there. Their kinetic energy, their movement energy will increase, and they leave some of the spaces. So more amount of solute can be added to take part to overcome that space. That means my solution will become unsaturated in that way. You got it? Particularly, do let me know. The answer is written also. By heating the saturated solution, it will become unsaturated. Got it, everyone? That can have a reverse effect also. If you cool it down, so your unsaturated can become saturated as well and can leave some of the amount. You will see the substance, you will see the solute coming out into the solution as well. That can also happen. Okay, next question. Based on which factor a solution is said to be diluted, concentrated and saturated? So easy, so easy. Please do let me know what do you think about the same. What exactly will be a dilute solution or concentrated, saturated? How can we say a solution is diluted, concentrated or saturated. That's nothing but amount of solute that's dissolved in a solution that decided that. What exactly is a concentrated solution? When you have more amount of solute in a given amount of solution. What exactly is saturated? The maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in a given amount of solution. Diluted, when you have a concentrated solution and when you put your particular solvent, you'll add it, the solution will become diluted. So diluted is less amount of solute in more amount of solvent. So amount of solvent is the one that plays a very much important role to decide the same. So that's what you need to answer. Just 2 lines and your answer is completed. So be smart as well. Don't write the entire solution like what is diluted, what is concentrated, what is saturated solution. I just told you so that you will get each and everything, because I'm explaining the topics to you guys as well. All right. So this is just a, I should say, trailer. There is so much of picture to see that. So students, at Vedantu platform, you can have 100% knowledge and definitely can boost your score. And how come? Because in Vedantu, after every topic discussion, there will be a quiz, high level, good level quiz, so that you will participate and we'll get to know whether you got the topic, whether you learned it properly with the active learning with the students. Isn't it amazing? And you can compete with the students throughout the world with a healthy competition. If you miss any session by chance, you can see the replay, and that will be so interactive that you will be able to play quizzes in the replay time also and can see your name in the leaderboard if you'll do good. Isn't it so amazing how technology is reaching to next level? You will be able to download the notes of the session with the inputs of your master teachers, in-class doubt solving. Your master teachers and a team of class teachers, subject expert, will definitely be there in the session to solve each and every doubt of yours. So isn't it amazing? 5,000 plus micro courses. These are the chapter based courses. You can revise the chapter as many times as you want. It's totally up to you. And some extra teacher led courses for boosting your confidence to do better, and most important questions, and so many more things. Crash courses that just had started. These are the revision kind of a courses. So if you'll take this December, January, Feb, I'll suggest to take a 3 months course at least for your proper revision, and can boost your score with definitely 15-20%. So this is Vedantu's new motto: less is more, lesser price, and more classes. There is a link in the description box. You have to visit that link. That's a link to get the pro classes. And when you'll visit that, you have to apply code AGE Pro. You have to select your grade CBSE 9th and your target CBSE 2021, in which you will give your exam. And AGE Pro code is the code that will give you discount 20 to 31% on the MRP of 1 to 3 months course. 1 month course was supposedly for 2699. It will be just for 2159. 3 months code was supposedly for 7999 after discount, and now after AGE Pro code you will save extra, and that will be for 5599. So students, it's like when I'll tell you just a brief information about per class price for 1 month course, that's 11 rupees, 3 months course 9 rupees. So you can take a chance and see how lovely this platform is with the help of the the guidance that I have given you. You can still mail it to me, and in case of any queries. So 11.9 rupees, it's like lesser than your small party pack of any chocolate chips and all. Okay students, do let me know. You know all the information now. Let's move to next question as well. What is mass percentage of a solution? I think we discussed that already in detail. What is mass percentage? That is this only, mass by mass percentage, that I've told you in the very first question. When we are finding out concentration in terms of taking mass of the solute and overall mass of the solution, we are multiplying it by 100 to know the concentration. So it will defined as the amount, the mass that will be taken in gram of solute present in 100 gram of a solution. We generally define the amount of solution here, that's 100 gram or 100 ml, depending upon mass or volume, whatever we are taking. So mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100, you can specify it, mass of solute per 100 gram of solution. All right. Okay, let's move to next question where we'll solve the answer properly. What would you observe when a saturated solution of potassium chloride prepared at 60 degrees Celsius is allowed to cool at room temperature. That's also we did discuss in second or third question, that when a saturated solution is at a particular temperature, that's 60 degree, that's temperature dependent. If you cool it down, what ma'am told you, solubility is directly proportional to temperature. Okay, so at 60 degree your solution is saturated, means the maximum amount is dissolved already at 60 degrees Celsius. If you decrease the temperature, that means solubility will also decrease, right students? Temperature decrease means solubility decrease. Solubility decrease means while cooling down, your saturated solution, which was having the maximum amount at that moment of time, decreases its solubility, and some of the amount of solute starts coming out in the solution, because that excessive amount of solute can't be dissolved at a lower temperature. So decrease in temperature, solubility decrease, your solute starts coming out into the solution. Got it? Okay. What will be the B answer? An aqueous sugar solution is heated to dryness. What would you observe when exactly what is having? An aqueous sugar solution you are heating it to dryness. So it's like having more than one kind of effect that you can observe, students. What do you think? You take an aqueous solution, you are heating it up to dryness, water will evaporate, but apart from that, by the excess heating of the sugar can get charred. What exactly is charring, students? Charring is that disintegration of your sugar particle and converting to that black molasses, black color carbon particle that settles down. Okay, so initially the water will evaporate, as I told you, but up to dryness, if you'll try to heat, your sugar will disintegrate, and that can get charred, that can convert to that black molasses. Okay, so that's something that you should know. That's how when we have sugar and water kind of a solution, we never use evaporation method to evaporate the water and to get your sugar. That's not a good separating technique. All right, so please do remember that. So got it, students? Yes. Let's have the next question. 0.5 gram of salt is dissolved in 25 gram of water. Calculate the percentage amount of salt into the solution. That means they are asking for the concentration of solution, and I told you the formula to solve it. Mass of the solute. So I'm telling you the very first step that you need to write. You'll write the formula. Okay. Mass of solute. And mass by mass percentage, by the way, we are calculating because solutions also given in the form of mass. Mass of solution into 100. So this is very simple. Mass of solute is given to us, which is less in amount, which is we are dissolving into a solvent. So 0.5 gram, dissolve in 25 gram of water. So don't write 25, that's just a solvent. This is solution. Solution is the addition of the amount of your solute and your solvent into 100. So what exactly we are having now? 0.5, and this is 25.5 into 100. I am thinking that you can solve it. Decimal 10 here, and this will give decimal 10 here. Cancel out. So in a way you are solving 500 divided by 255, and then solve it. You know what you will get it? Do let me know. Around 2. Okay. And that's around 500 by 250, that's 2. So it's like before then 2, because it's 255, the answer will be 1.96. Yeah, 500 divided by 255, 1.96 percentage. Did you get it? Yeah, students, not at all difficult. Right? All right. So happy. Let's have the next question. These kind of a question can come to exam. It's just the calculation part. It's not a very big mathematics. It's not very big chemistry as well. A solution of urea in water contain 16 gram of urea in 120 gram of overall solution. Find out the mass percentage. Very easy. Very easy. So that will be given mass of the solute, that is 16 gram. Overall mass of solution, which is already given, 120 into 100 for the calculation of percentage. You can cancel it out like 1010 cancel, 4 into 3 12, 4 into 4 16. So it's like 40 by 3, and what will be the answer? 3 into 1, and then 3 into 3, 1033%. Like this. I hope that's what the answer will come. Yes, students, and I hope you're solving it with me as well, not like difficult maths as you're thinking. All right, let's move to next question. A solution has been prepared by mixing 5.6 ml of alcohol with 75 ml of water. Calculate the percentage by volume of alcohol in the solution. Again, very easy, because this time it's volume by volume percentage which we are calculating. Both of the things are given into the form of volume. 5.6 ml of alcohol, which is solute. Overall solution will be 5.6 ml of solute and 75 ml of solvent, that's water. Multiply by 100 for percentage. So it will be 75 and 5, that's 80. So 80.6 into 100. I hope you will be able to solve it. Do let me know your answer in the comment section. Ma'am will wait for it. You can cancel both the decimal, because it will give 10, it will give 10, and you can cancel it out. So you can solve this 5600, 806, and you can simplify by dividing it with some common factor. Yes? Do let me know in the comment section what will be the answer. I'll wait for it. I have solved it that much that you can definitely do. Yes, and let's have the next question. Calculate the mass of sodium sulfate required. Now they're asking about the amount of solute into a solution which is 20%. That means concentration is already given. 20%, that is mass percentage, means mass by mass. Solution in 100 gram of water. So in a way, you know the amount of solvent, but you don't know the amount of solute, but you know the concentration. So I'll apply the mass upon mass concentration, percentage mass upon mass concentration, and formula is mass of solute, right, divided by mass of solution into 100. I know this percentage, that's 20. Mass of solute I don't know, so I can consider it X, right? Mass of solution is the amount of solute plus solvent. Solute I have considered X, solvent is given, that's 100, multiply by 100. Yeah, so let's solve it. And how to solve it? This is 20, this is 100x divided by x plus 100. I hope you know how to do the cross multiplication. This will multiply by this will multiply by this, and you will equate it. That means 20 into x, 20x plus 20 into 100, that's 2000, and then equal to multiply by this 100x, right students? And then 2000 will be, this will go on this side and become minus 100 minus 20x, 80x. Now you can consider the value of your x, that is 2000 divided by 80. 10 se 10 cancel, 200 by 8. You can also cut it by 4, and I'll take a different pen so that it will be totally visible. Okay, 4 into 2 is what? 8. And then 4 into 5, 20, 0. 50 by 2, then again it will cancel, 2 into 25. So 25 gram is the answer that you got for your amount of solute. Did you get it? I am repeating it again. In the entire formula, I don't know the mass of solute, but I know the everything. So by using the cross multiplication, I got the thing that is not known to us. Okay, percentage is given 20. Mass of solute, I don't know. Mass of solution is exactly the mass of solute plus solvent. So x plus 100, multiply by 100 because we have taken percentage. Now 20 upon 1, because if nothing is there, I can write 1, and 100x upon x plus 100. I did the cross multiplication, 20 into x and plus 20 into 100. That's what I got. And here 100x, and when I solve it, I got 25 gram as the answer, which was very simple, just like a normal maths. So I hope you got it. I've repeated it again. I hope you'll solve it on your own as well. Similar kind of a question, and if you come up with any kind of a problem, you can definitely let me know in the comment section. Yes everyone, so as you know, I hope this is exactly a very helpful video for you, because we have done a variety of questions. So Vedantu platform is so amazing for playing quizzes, for improving your knowledge. By definitely wherever you are, you will see a great change and a boost of confidence, and can play with students throughout the world. Topic discussion, quiz, interactive replay, live quizzes. Even you can play quizzes in the replays, very interactive sessions, notes of each and every class teachers, and the notes of each and every subject, doubt solving of master teachers, and a team of class teachers totally dedicated to help you guys with their best possible way. 5,000 plus micro courses, chapter based courses, crash courses, are revision courses just started right now. So don't miss it for your proper revision, because if you'll apply right now, you'll get a proper discount of 20 to 31% on MRP if you'll apply AGE Pro code. Link in the description box to buy Pro classes and select CBSE 9th and your target CBSE 2021. And when you'll apply AG MAM's code AGE Pro, it will give you 20 to 31% overall discount on the MRP, which is like 2159 for a 1 month course, just to know how platform works for chapter clearance, any particular doubts and everything, to judge that how this lovely platform is. For 3 months, earlier it was 8,000, now it will decrease to 5599, and that's paying 11 to 9 rupees per session, which is not that much to have it. So students, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the Vedantu Pro courses. Anubha ma'am is there on Instagram with Vedantu handle as well. That's chemistry.vedantu _ Anubha Gaur. You can follow me over there. I'll see. And this is it for today, students. A very helpful video. Do let me know in the comment section. Like, share and subscribe. Definitely reach out to me. That's anubha.gaur@vedantu.com. This is it for today, students. I hope that's super helpful.